Good morning and welcome to News First Prime Time Sunrise.
Hello there, very good morning and welcome to News First Prime Time Sunrise on the 21st of May 2015 with me, Sharon Silva. In your headlines this morning, our Code of Ethics to be implemented for public servants. CID handed over investigation into the Jaffna Poonkudithivu students' rape and murder, and IS takes near complete control. IS takes near complete control of the Syrian city of Palmyra. Investigations into the rape and murder of a schoolgirl in Poonkudithivu, Jaffna have been handed over to the Criminal Investigations Department. Speaking to News First, the police media spokesperson said that IGP NK Ilangakun visited the Jaffna Peninsula to obtain more information into the incident.
The case has been handed over to the CID for further investigations. CID officers have visited Kites as part of the investigation. We would like to inform the people of Kite that the police is not vested with the powers to take punitive measures against the suspect. The police can only investigate, gather evidence, apprehend and produce the suspect in court in its capacity. The suspect will be subject to punitive measures after being prosecuted. Therefore, we would like to request the area residents to act accordingly. Investigations into the matter are being carried out successfully.
The Ministry of Public Administration, Provincial Councils, Local Government and Democratic Governance says that a code of ethics will be introduced for public servants.
Secretary to the Ministry, Janasiri Dadallage, said that the relevant gazette will be issued today. He added that information on the gazette can be obtained from the Ministry's official website. The aim of this code will be to provide quality service to the public.
Yet another phase of the Summer to Savannah program, organized as part of a national plan to provide 50,000 houses, got underway under the auspices of Deputy Minister of Policy Planning and Economic Affairs, Dr. Harsha De Silva.
300 families in the Court electorate were provided with land deeds and housing loans. We are in need of 2,000 more houses in the Court electorate, which comes under our divisional secretariat. We are hoping to create an environment for people to live in by building 2,000 houses as part of a housing project in Sri Jayawardhanapura Kotte for the first time.
The Run Bhumi Rally for Unity, which is travelling across the island, bringing hearts together brick by brick, is to travel to North India today. We are now joined with News First Siddharth Kotian for the latest.
What an extraordinary place to start day 14 of the Run Bhumi Rally for Unity. I'm talking to you now from the town of Chilao, which is where the Run Bhumi Rally team spent the night. It's our first stop for the day, followed by which we'll be heading to Madampe and finally to Natadeniya. That will be our last stop for the day. Now, a little bit of history of the town of Chilao. It is home to the Chilao Cathedral, home to the statue of Our Lady of Mount Carmel, which has many stories behind it. It is also home to the Muneshwaram Temple. So this is a town of much diversity. And finally, it is also known in Sri Lanka as the only place to have been visited by Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi struck up a friendship with two of the founders of the Ceylon National Congress, Charles Edgar Correa and Victor Correa, and they invited him to visit Chilao in 1927. And it is here that he paid his only known visit to Sri Lanka, a man who fought hard for unity and the rights of all communities in India and across the world. So what a brilliant place for the Run Bhumi team to kick off day 14 of the Run Bhumi Rally for Unity. This is Sid Kotian talking to you now from the coastline in Chilao.
Run
State Minister of Child Affairs Rosie Senanayake says that without investing in education, the country will not be able to achieve sustainable development. The State Minister made this statement at the graduation ceremony of the Oxford College of English that was held yesterday.
I think no country, in my opinion, can move forward or think of developing a country unless it would invest in education. I know we have a very strong primary education system in this country, and it is time, and it is also the responsibility and the primary objective of the present government. As soon as we came into power, in the interim budget, 6% of the GDP was put aside for higher education and education. And in the future, I strongly believe that we would be investing 2 digits in education. Without doing so, I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're talking about sustainable development.
In other local news, Minister of Food Security Gamini Jayavikrama says that the Paddy Marketing Board has stored over 150,000 metric tons of paddy at present.
As of now, the Paddy Marketing Board has stored 155,000 metric tons of paddy. Out of this, we are hoping to use 75,000 metric tons of paddy for emergency purposes. We will be taking measures to sell the rest to private institutions. We will take a decision on this in the coming week. There has been a good harvest in the north and north central provinces as a result of the favourable weather conditions.
Turn of News First Primetime Sunrise. It is a pleasure having you with us and hope you have a great day ahead.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.